Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Flying the Coup playthrough, I suppose, in EU4 with me, your host, Luckymarine. Let us dive straight in. As you can see, we're at war with France, but we're not at war with France to re-establish the Union, because we didn't have that CB. Somehow, that CB has dropped off. It has dropped off, yeah. Whew. Yeah, somehow it's dropped off, and I don't know how it's dropped off. I don't know if it's a case of their royal family changing, our royal family changing, but I seem to remember checking it, and it was there, and then the next minute I loaded up the game again, and it had gone. It won't be the first time that things disappear when you load up the game, but we're doing alright. We supported rebels that fired in Paris, 37,000 of them. France came to beat them down, and we were on his borders. As soon as they engaged in battle, we tried to declare war, realised that all three of our diplomats were tied up, brought back the guy who was fabricating in France because he was going to be the closest, which took 3 days. At that point we declared war, and we were in, I'd say, 4 days, 3 or 4 days too late. We went in and we supported rebels because they were friendly to us, so we just joined on the side of them. And we just got beat. We managed to shatter through to Calais. France took Coup and Normandy and then headed down south. So since then, we've taken our own lands back. We've taken the war goal. This is a reconquest of Alencon, which is here. So we have the war goal. Reconquest is, you have less aggressive expansion for reconquest, but we will take as much as we can from France. He says, not even having the war won yet, but we have a cannon, one singular cannon getting built here to help aid with any sieges that we've got going on. We rolled a god of a general early on, 4 shock and 2 siege. This is going to be the difference between beating France and not beating France. We have also, since the war started, popped up to, but then so have they, up to military level 7, so we should be on sort of parity. We also got a morale guy in for the military, which will help. We're making good amount of money, even at war, even at full army maintenance. Decent amount of money in the bank. If we need to, we can spam out a load of mercenaries to help in any fight that happens. Anyway, let's have a look at what happens here. This is the second time that France has been being persuaded. I like his garb. I like his getup. So, jousting helmet. It's the second time he's been pulled into a fight in Toulouse, and it's never been a good fight. It's always been a -2 for every single one of their rolls. What is your little thing? Shock damage received of -10%. Interesting. Are you using a conquistador? Oh, Portugal, you mad bastards! All right. 2 shock anyway. Not too bad. 2 shock. What are you going to bring to the party? Just a 1-1. What about Castile? What have you got? A 4 shock. And Aragon's got a 3 shock. Wow, they're going to come in here. And with this, yeah, it's not good that they lifted the siege, but they're going to come in here and absolutely wreck face. They're locked in. They haven't turned. They should really turn around. They're locked in. I can imagine this fight being over before they even get there. Nope, not there. Fair enough, combat width. All that Castile and Aragon have done is provide more morale, but look at the morale. Look at the morale difference. Tactics are the same, but the morale is out of this world, and France have a -1 to every single roll. They've rolled a 1 to a 4. Let's have a quick look up here. Right, no, No one's sneakily attacked me. It wouldn't be the first time that I've focused in on one battle and looked back to my armies and one's getting mauled. 9, so a 7 to an 8. Even when they roll good, it's the terrain penalties are just dragging them down. Yeah, look at that. Wow. An 11 to... I think you can only go down to 0. I don't think it goes into the minuses. Good night. Good night. How much of that was... How much of that was French? You can't click on the shield. I'd like it to see... much like when you end the war, you can click on the individual shields and see who contributed and who lost men. But they only lost, what, 4,100? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Love it. Absolutely love it. And you're going to shatter into Northern Italy. Probably down to here, actually. That's good stuff. They can't shatter to the capital because we're already stood here. So they'd be able to shatter to a fort here, a fort here, a fort here, or into friendly territory. Friendly territory for them is quite far away. They may even end up in Genoa. Genoa or Roma. We do have friendly fleets. Are you going to go and support that? Straits of Messina. Yeah, you might get it in time, you might not. We do have friendly fleets knocking about in this area, so we might be able to get eyes on to where they go. We might be able to. We'll see. So, let us carry on, shall we? We're doing alright. I say we're doing alright, but my allies have pulled it out of the bag for once. A lot of the time, you pick a fight with France, and you call people in, and they just don't do anything. They shattered. Oh no, that's the Papal Army. I don't think they were involved. But if nothing else, Naples is being an annoyance. They're tying up. Where are you coming from? You're coming from the Crimea, aren't you? Yeah, Genoan troops being made over here and marching all the way across. You must have had... What's your... Are you over your relation limit? You must be over your relation limit. All those... Access. Bessarabia. Bessarabia. Oh, yeah, by the way. Beginning of the game. Lithuania. Poland. Didn't go for we need a Jagellion. No, 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 no. Lithuania ended up in a personal union under this guy. Yeah. If you go back to episode 1, you'll see my shock and disgust at this whole thing. Something I've never ever seen in my life. So Lithuania ended up just floating around with no friends. Muscovy decided that they didn't need this bit anymore, so they came and ate that bit. They then made friends with the Teutonic Orders. Are they still friends with the Teutonic Order? Allied with the Teutonic Order, allied with Poland. I don't know what madness this is. I don't know. Okay, at least Poland isn't allied with the Teutonic Order. That would just be batshit mental. So yeah, it looks like Poland had a little bit of Hungary. Poland, who, as you will see, same dynasty as William I of England. Interesting, very interesting. Michael of York. He's a 615. Why can't we get that? Why can't we have? Why do we get Edward and they get Michael? Damn you. You get all the best things, Poland. You stupid Poland. Right, you have been finished. Let's get you into the siege. Actually, we only need 10 troops on here. So we only used this infantry to escort the general in. So we'll take that infantry back out. We'll put York because he's got 2 pips of siege, and we'll get the 2 pips of siege and the cannon in there. And suddenly, good shit's happening. This is... I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the 4% attrition that they're taking, but this is alright. This is alright. Paris has fallen. And where are you going? You're shattering to Orléans. You are shattering to Orléans. No, let them go. What? So you're not shattering? You are shattering. No, you're not. Where are you going? You mad bastard. To Berry. Well, no, you stupid. Stupid zone of control. Alright, well, let's cover off. Can we get you in there? No, we can't. God damn it. I saw the low morale here. I should have... Dylan, I know I made a mistake. Yeah, I know. I'm telling them. I'm telling them. I should have looked for the shatter symbol. And, yeah. Oh well. Oh well. So, you just go to there. You to main. And you cover off in Paris. Ready to support anything that comes out of the fog of war. Alright. Let's move our way down. Slowly and methodically. You're going for another fight with the 66 stack. They're going down with another fight with the 66 stack. Can we pull anyone out of... Nope. How'd you get on over here? It looks like... Are you coming down to support this? Gulf of Tirana. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to make his way down to here. This is the French fleet. The French fleet versus the Castilian fleet. Looks alright. We should probably do more with our fleet actually. We are blockading. It will be driving up war exhaustion. But we could do with helping out down here. Right. Split over enough for a blockade and you come down here. And you lot come around here. And we will sit. The AI seem to get distracted. And they wander off. But we could do with giving them enough to blockade down here. So that eventually take less attrition. Okay, let's carry on. That's farmlands. Alright. Where are you going? Where are you going with 2.5% attrition? Who knows? Who can tell? Who can tell? Yeah, it looks like Castile ran away. And then Aragon came in straight in behind. And France still hadn't recovered from it. Or yeah, galleys, inland sea. Inland sea galleys are king. An extra 100% damage to any non-galleys. Yeah, they're boned there. Absolutely boned. Yep. Wow. Even lost a heavy. What did you capture? What did you capture, Aragon? Interesting. But they'll probably shatter to home port somewhere. And this is us coming around to block them in. Alright, how are you getting on in terms of 54% blockaded? That's 54%. Is it? 1, 2, 3 provinces. It'll be to do with development. If this is more developed, then it's, yeah. Alright, yeah, got it. Okay. Let's... You're the cannon guy. Let's get you down there. And let's cover off as we move down France. I think we'll only need 6. Right, we'll take the horses off. And the less attrition that we need to suffer, the better. Yeah, we can't. I don't want to use my transports to move myself around, otherwise I won't. Well, they came out of absolutely nowhere. This will not go well for us. This is not going to go well for us at all. How long is it going to take for you to get in? 4th of Feb. 4th of Feb. Cross your fingers. I'm gonna hope for this. Wow. Wow. Who knew that a 6 stack would change this entirely? That 4-shock. That 4-shock general. I knew as soon as you rolled him, he was going to turn the tide in this war. He was going to be the difference. Oh, wow. Absolutely mental. Switzerland was like, it's okay, France has got that, I'll just march to the capital and get it on siege for him. He's like, what? England won? England won down in Berry. Fuck this, I'm off. And off he goes. Wow, that was pivotal. That was really, really pivotal in this fight. What score do we get from that? Songs will be sung of that day. Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But that's what you can do with a decent general. That's how important he is. Now, how many did I need for this over here? Don't like it when things flip back as you're fighting. We're still there. It's not like we went anywhere. 6. I should have remembered, but my mind's a little bit flustered from that fight. They came from absolutely nowhere, and I was like, yep, endgame for us. Absolutely endgame. But no, turns out we're alright. Alright, so can go from Berry to Orléans. But if we want to go from Orléans to Berry, we have to go from Namur. Yeah, I get it. I see. Little bastards. Need this. And we need, that's the goal of this this playthrough. Goal of this playthrough is to get over New World and then release as USA. At least we're affecting the siege here. You are now 100% sieged, are you? You're 100% blockaded, which will only add to the war exhaustion. Okay, alright. Where have they shattered? Can you see them anywhere? What's this? Yeah, Naples. Naples is just, every time Naples gets smashed, they're like, ram this, I'll just make more people. And they do. They make more people, and they all gather up, and they effect some sieges, and they cause a nuisance. Have we seen the Papal Army? He was down in the south of France somewhere, but we haven't seen him. He's been tied up trying to pin Naples down. Bless him. Now we're doing alright here. We are doing alright. Our legitimacy is getting quite a lot now. Alright. Let's get these things sieged. Galleys, we want to get out of here as soon as possible. As soon as possible. We don't need galleys because we don't have inland seas out here. So if you're in the Mediterranean, galleys are what you want to be pumping out for combat ships. Out in the open waters, it's heavies, but no, inland sea, it's pretty much a galley fight. We will stay in this fight until we don't need to be in this fight, and then we'll go at a loss of 0 ships. That's what I like to see. Okay, well, that was my alarm, and we're doing alright. Against France, we're doing alright. I don't know, I sound like a broken record, I know, but I don't know where our getting the back under us in a Union CB went. Answers in the comments as to where you think that went. But we're doing okay. Austria, how are we for favours? By the end of this, are you going to be up to... By the end of this, you could be up to 10 favours. Which means we might be able to link you into a war against Burgundy. I know we need to concentrate on just getting off to the New World, but we can do interesting things whilst we're in Europe, can't we? We can stick it to France, we can stick it to the Big Blue Blob. Plus, they have stuff that belongs to us. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I have been Luckymarine, you as always have been amazing. Join me in the next episode when we probably conclude this war. Let's just have a look finally at the manpower for France, down to 12,000. We have now overtaken them in terms of manpower. Fair enough, we are 8,000. 8,000 of those need to reach the armies. But Castile, Aragon, Portugal even. Yeah, we should have this. We should have this. And the longer it goes on for, we are just getting ticking war score. These aren't really people that we can go in and peace out. We'd have to go through France to peace them out. If they were dotted around other places, then we might target them and force them out of the war before isolating France. But we have Siege Paris. We're in Poitou. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, take care.